All rookie front row. Taylor Gray in control, selects the outside lane. Green flag in the air. We're racing at the Monster Mile.
Taylor is ready for that start. Good launch by the 54 to get the track position he needs, kind of control that corner down in turn 1.
Jumps right out front. Double foul for third on back. And there you see the 7.
Still there, bumper. Bumper clear.
He didn't want to go to the back, but I can tell you, as fast as his car is, if it doesn't get tore up before he gets to the front, most fun you'll have all day long, starting in the back and being able to carve your way through the field.
You know, the other thing I would say, if you could get a caution or two early, everything comes back together. Pick off a few more on the restart. The other thing is, you know, these first 2 stages are sprints. They're only 45 laps. And that second one really short after you cycle things through at the end of stage 1 provides some opportunities to get up through there. 7 is 25th, and that 4 is Parker Retzlaff, had a good car in practice. Leland Hunt even in the 70. The next couple of cars he'll see as we flash back to the top 10. Love going after William Sawalich for 7th.
I love the 19th line. Everyone else, it's getting
out
tight
for
right
second.
there.
Brandon Jones, Nick Sanchez.
You see, watch the 19 when they get down here to 3 and 4. Everybody else is kind of chasing that gray. Look how disciplined he is. Lifting a little bit early, as Denny mentioned. And then we call it kind of like squirting the gas or just giving a little bit of throttle through the middle. And you just want to try to get beside them is kind of your goal. And then drag race down the straightaway.
Yeah, you want to take away that preferred groove on the bottom. Right there where the 19's at, that is the fastest line around the racetrack, as long as there's no traffic. So whoever can get to that line first is going to have the advantage. So like you say, try to get your nose in there. And the great thing about the Xfinity cars is you can manipulate the car in front of you. The closer you get to someone's rear bumper in these cars, it takes the advantage away from them and actually puts it on your car.
And the guy that normally carries the flag here for Junior Motorsports is Justin Allgaier from the back and knocking on the door of the top 10. 7's got it going on, Kim.
That's right, flirting with getting stage points here in the first stage. He told us during pre-race he was going to be methodical. That's exactly what he's done. Kicked off car after car. Crew telling him right now lap times are really good. Stay diligent. The goal is to earn stage points. When we talk about Allgaier being the king of concrete, he's led in 9 of the last 10 Dover races. Interesting though, he told me he didn't love this place when he first started racing here. He said he didn't know how to approach the corner with burning stuff up. He said once he learned how to back the corner up, that's when he learned to love this place, Dylan.
That's interesting, Kim, as we watch the Junior Motorsports car of Allgaier work his way through the field. A couple JRM cars at the front are battling some handling issues, specifically the 9 of Ross Chastain. He said he was too loose at the start, and it has stayed that way the entire run. The interesting thing to note about this morning in practice, they were in the second group of practice when the track really had laid down a lot of rubber. They focused specifically on getting Ross's car to handle well in those conditions. When the track had laid a lot of rubber, that was Ross's preference to make sure that they were going to be good there in the race. So I think as the track rubber's in, this 9 car might start to get a little bit better. So watch for him on the long run over the course of the day today.
Yeah, we're seeing it with Sanchez as well. The trend I'm seeing is the guys that went to the top early are struggling now, right? I mean, their cars, this is as bad as it's going to get. You know, like I talked about at the beginning, this is the freest the racetrack's going to get. Chastain's free. Sanchez is free. The track is going to come to them, but you just can't lose your track position early in this race.
I love how wide it has gotten. I mean, look at the rubber almost. I mean, they're a car length off the wall in the middle of turns 1 and 2. That's so much fun. I just always found at Dover, it felt like you had to run like 50 miles an hour faster around the top than the bottom. Like a bigger difference than at most racetracks. At bottom, I'm with Denny. If I could have my car handle anywhere, right around the bottom is where I want it to be good.
Josh Williams, top 15 last week at Sonoma, goes a lap down there and likely will get the free pass as the first car 1 lap down when the caution comes out to end the stage. Joe Gibbs Racing has gone over 3,000 laps led at Dover today. 3rd track they pulled it off. And Taylor Gray finishes the deal in stage 1. Leads it wire to wire. His 2nd career stage win. He won stage 1 at Atlanta. Last time we were on an oval. And for the final point in the top 10, give it to Sheldon Creed, who edges out Ryan Sieg for a stage point. Drivers hitting Progressive Pit Road. Kim?
How about JGR 1, 2, 3 in that stage? Let's start with Taylor Gray, the stage winner. Said decent, trending free entry, then transitions tight through the exit. They'll take fresh tires, snow coat fuel, no major adjustments. How about Eric Almirola? Last time in the car, Atlanta 2, hasn't missed a beat. No major complaints, no adjustments for them either, Dylan.
Brandon Jones finished third in the stage in the 20 car. Fairly happy with his car. Said it was a little bit free on compression into the corner, but tight on throttle. Sounds like typical Dover. They'll change 4 tires, add fuel, make a chassis adjustment on the 20.
You pick pits based on where you qualified last week. Some problems for Taylor Gray. Look at that, 23 seconds and change on the stop. Brandon Jones wins the race off Progressive Pit Road, +2 for Zilisch. Almirola goes 1 in the wrong direction, and Gray doesn't even show up on the board. We'll follow up there when we return. Field coming through the Echo Park restart zone. Echo Park Automotive, where car buying is easier, better, and happier. Jones from the inside lane, getting a push from Allgaier from the back to 4th for him. Actually 3rd on that inside lane, and outside here comes Almirola, row 2, and for the lead, Connor Zilisch said, give it to me in the 88. What a move. And we did have rain here earlier today. We knew there was a chance. Race becomes official when you get to the end of stage 2. So teams will think about that and manage their day accordingly. And the weather got crazy here that really helped decide the outcome in this race a season ago. Here's Brandon Jones radio running 3rd right now as the 20.
There's rain about 3 miles out. I think it's going to get here right towards the end of stage 2. So keep pushing here.
Sam McCauley on the radio. Thinking about adjustments into stage 2, thinking about the radar and how to play the game. Saw him go around the 91 of Josh Balicki. And there you see the radar. Boy, it's out there. Could scoot by, but
my radar says more optimism than what that one does, Adam. I think we're going to be okay.
How about Ryan Sieg today, Kim? We've been singing his praises up here. What's the report in their camp?
Yeah, they need a good weekend after losing 60 points to the cut line in the last 3 races. When I talked with crew chief Matt Noyes before the race, kind of what was his strategy going in, being that they were 50 points out from the playoff picture, he said, you know, we can't really make a decision on whether this is a win and get in or we need to be chasing points. He said the picture will be clear at Watkins Glen. He said we need to get through Dover, we need to get through Indy, and then we need to get through Iowa, and that's when we'll know what direction we have to go. But right now, he said we have to chase points, and we have to also put ourselves in position to pounce on a win when there's an opportunity.
Yeah, they're in that tough spot. Came in 50 points below the cut line as you talk about where they were entering. But right now, as they run on track, it's at 28. At 50, you're like, we probably need to win. You get inside at 30, you're like, man, those guys in front of us have an issue, and we're right there. So it is a tough spot to be in. I like playing the patience game before you start throwing the Hail Marys. You know, Allgaier had that great run in the opening stint of the race. Good work on pit road. Leaves in 4th, and here he is in 4th, you know?
Yeah, it seems like he's up against a little stronger competition. I'll say that. You know, the further you get towards the front, the harder it's going to be to make passes. But, you know, the advantage is always with the leader until they catch lap traffic. So I think his opportunity is going to be once Zilisch starts catching the tail end of the field like he is, that's when you can see the 7th start to creep in there.
Taylor Gray leads all those laps, wins the opening stage. 11th right now. They're starting to make up some ground, Kim.
That's right, but I got to say, Denny was absolutely right. After he lost that track position due to the issue on pit road, Denny said he's going to hate his car. Now, we can't play the radio because it is expletive laced, but Taylor basically saying that this is the worst car he has ever driven.
That was a nice way to say it down there, Kim.
Kim, go ahead. They said you can say anything once.
But once you get in this band of around this racetrack and everyone gets spread out evenly, you start to see who's the fast cars.
Yeah, we've had 2 45-lap stages. We're going to have 110 laps left to do this. I like the 19 cars' chances if this thing runs out at him like we've seen in the past.
Well, I mean, each stage, you know, he just
right there
finds the sweet spot at the end. Going to come up short again this time, though. Last time came up short to his teammate Taylor Gray. This time it's Connor Zilisch who wins the stage. 88 gets it in stage 2. 4th stage victory of the season. And in a strike of irony, in a way, they've all come on ovals. Now, in fairness, he's usually going to flip the stage on the road courses, but a great effort for the rookie driver. So that's the end of stage 2. And it looks like we've got a hijack on our hands, courtesy of Mr. Snake. Harrison Burton, Jeb Burton, 15th and 21st. As we open progressive pit road, Connor Zilisch leading them down, Kim.
And Eric Almirola in that second position. He definitely needed a little bit more from his car that run. Said he lost rear security, can't lean on it. He said, I don't need much, maybe just a little right rear air pressure adjustment so I can open up my entry. He did note, I can't stand to be any tighter. You see him hit the box there right at the top of your screen, so they will make a slight adjustment to give that rear stability to the 19 car, Dylan.
Brandon Jones gave some really detailed feedback about his car and said it was better, but he is still battling a tight condition. Had that about 4 to 5 laps into the run. 4 tires, fuel, and air pressure adjustment. Connor Zilisch said he fired off really well, but by the end, needed more lateral on exit. He'll make an adjustment, tires and fuel on the 88.
Brandon Jones would agree that Connor Zilisch fired off really well in stage 2. And now the race off progressive pit road. It's Zilisch in front of Jones. Allgaier gets a spot. Chastain +2. Almirola 3 in the wrong direction. Kyle Sieg stays out, starts on the inside lane. Today's coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Dover, brought to you by Blue Chew. Here we go, final stage, Connor Zilisch letting it happen outside lane.
Oh, Kyle Sieg was just a sitting duck. Allgaier did a great job to get to his inside, but Zilisch is going to have that advantage again. And we saw he was able to get out to second and a half lead. Those guys don't want to let him do that again. We know the 19 was probably the best car at the end of the run. If he can manage this here, stay just a little bit closer, Denny, hopefully get us a race here 25 or 30 laps in.
Brandon Jones just turned the fastest lap of the race. He's second behind Zilisch. You see the Xfinity fastest lap noted in our bumper there with that purple stopwatch.
We got a race to the caution. We're racing for the win right now, possibly.
Next flag, which would be the end of here. Keep working hard.
Man, look at Zilisch inside. You see him sawing on the wheel. These guys worried about rain coming down. You can see a cloud heading this way.
There a little bit.
And I'm going to tell you, a little moisture here freaks you out inside the car. It's so fast. Oh, yeah, you can see that building just before the racetrack on the radar.
Look at Taylor Gray. He just picked up a spot. He's getting with it on the restart. Up to 7th is the 54.
We got the 9 on pit road here. Looks like you got some sort of issue.
Yeah, you hate that for Ross Chastain. It's a team that's been so successful when they've come to the racetrack, even with Ross, behind the wheel, but not just Ross. I mean, it's been Ross, Shane Van Gisbergen, Daniel Suarez. I mean, it's been a who's who behind the wheel, and they've all been outstanding. But today, having some problem. Bad vibration. He's in front of you, Dylan.
Yeah, and this may be a terminal problem. A drive shaft or rear end issue is the report from the driver of the 9, Ross Chastain. So see them looking under the race car, but this will probably mark day in for the 9, Kim.
Yeah, also an issue for Nick Sanchez. He said something broke. He said maybe the power steering. He said all he could offer was it just locked up on me. You see Sanchez on pit road right now.
Pace car 1.
Back live in Dover, Delaware. Caution is out, and it's for the rain we've been talking about. The heavy stuff is not here yet, but enough to slow the progress. Yeah.
Where's Parker when you need him to check the ground?
That's exactly right. I hope he's watching.
Weather rock, yeah.
You know what his ego is going to do with all the mentions he's getting, and he's not even working today. Red flag is out for rain. NASCAR Xfinity Series racing for the 20th time here in Dover, Delaware. Last couple of years, Ryan Truex has got it done. Rain impacted his victory here a season ago. So Allgaier there, he's won here twice. Allgaier has a chance today if we can get going one more time. And, the weather patterns up here are just odd because of how close we are to the coast. And I know it looks like by the radar it's going to be tough, but you know what? It's not completely blown up over the racetrack, and we got a chance here to catch a break, dry this thing, and continue the race. Today, the NASCAR Xfinity Series racing here for the 79th time. We've been racing here since that first Xfinity season back in 1982. This track has been a staple. We've seen some bizarre races here, some crazy crashes, and I'm not going to put today anywhere near the top of the list, but it has been an odd day because you knew there was a chance of some rain. We get practice and qualifying in this morning. You're like, this is going to be fine. Then we get a rain shower this afternoon, green racetrack. We start the event. It looks like everything's going to be okay. And then 66 laps to go. we got a shower, enough that we had to stop them and put the red flag in the air, but it was never enough rain to lose the track. We started drying the track after the sprinkles ended, and then it started raining again. And as you can see, just some light rain now. There are some umbrellas out down there, but unfortunately we continue in this holding pattern. 7 o'clock Eastern time, we're kind of chasing daylight, and I just got word. This race has been made official. Connor Zilisch, congratulations. You've won for a 4th time in your rookie campaign. It's his 5th career victory. Connor Zilisch gets it done at Dover.